We play in an incredibly balanced conference, and there are some great football players throughout the conference. All league recognition will be coming out on Wednesday. We have a conference call to recognize those guys, but each week the league recognizes a player of the week on offense, defense, and special teams. And we are fortunate to have two individuals this year that were recognized in that area. On September 8th, against Ohio Dominican, the Defensive Player of the Week was Dan Pittman, and October 13th against Ferris State, the Defensive Player of the Week was Devin Moynihan. Let's have those guys come up and give them a round of applause. Next group I want to recognize is those individuals who have been nominated for academic awards with our conference. So this first group is the GLIAC Academic Excellence nominees. These are young men who maintain a 3.5 grade point or higher. We'll have this group stand and be recognized. Steve Embry, Alex Fote, Brett Pashy, Brian Rayburn, and Paul Wendt. Let's give these guys a round of applause. The next group is a group academically that attains a 3.0 or higher. And again, we'll have this group stand and be recognized. Evan, did I say Rayburn? That's not the first time. Ray Craft. My fault. The next group, Evan Bach, Nathan Bundy, Alex Chidlinski, Cooper Dunlop, David Galganitis, Joe Glendenni, Ben Jones, Ben Caraba, Justice Carmi, Anthony Mifsud, Andrew Mott, Logan Nabosny, Jacob Richter, Brian Seeger, Curtis Smith, Keegan Smith, Gabe Starkey, Caleb Sundblad, Mitch Thompson, and Cam White. Let's see if we can give these guys a round of applause. Anytime you're all-time anything, that's pretty good. And in a football program that's won 600 games plus, to set career records, I think is a phenomenal accomplishment. And we had an individual this year break 3 more records in career, number 1, career rushing attempts at 975, career touchdowns with 62, and career rushing yards with 4,772. We've had game balls painted with those records on them, and are just so proud to present these game balls to Joe Glendenni. Next group, we're going to start with some awards, individual awards. First of all, to recognize our captains. What a great job of leadership these 4 men did with our football program, and all through last winter in the weight room, in early morning conditioning, through spring practice, through the summer, and since August 9th through yesterday, the leadership that these 4 men and the rest of these seniors demonstrated allowed us to accomplish the great things that we did. So I would like to have our captains come up and be recognized. Joe Glendenni, Anthony Mifsud, Brett Pashy, and Cam White. Let's give them a round of applause.
He was the vocal leader of this football team. And it's going to be a sad day when I don't get to see him next spring in the meetings. But it's been great, and I'm gonna miss you, man. Thanks for everything you've done. Thanks for all your leadership with the group, and thank you. Our coach's word goes to Cam White.
The One Play Warrior Award is given to the player that has the most consistent contribution to to our special teams unit over the course of the season. This year's recipient has been a starter on the kickoff and kickoff return teams, as well as the long snapper on punt and PAT on the PAT teams for all 11 games. Through 10 games, he had played 189 special teams plays and compiled 97 one-play Warrior points, leading the team in both categories. A member of the 2012 One-Play Warrior Club, and also was acknowledged as the Special Teams Player of the Week against Malone University. The 2012 One-Play Warrior Award goes to Alex Pope.
The Outstanding Offensive Lineman Award this year will go to DJ Lloyd. He's a fifth-year senior, has been a four-year starter for us, and I think his first start as a redshirt freshman was against Grand Valley, and they were ranked #1 in the country at that time, so it was kind of baptism by fire going up against the best team in the country as a rookie, and never looked back. You know, he solidified the spot at the guard position for 2 years, and then asked him to move to the center position, where for us up front, he's the guy that gets everybody on the same page in terms of calling out the defensive structure and getting the blocking assignments and everybody in order. So for the last 2 years, he's just been a rock in the middle there. And you know, he's got some big shoes that somebody's going to have to step into, and appreciate everything he's done, and it's just been a joy seeing the growth on and off the field with this guy. I appreciate it. Thanks, DJ.
I'd like to, first of all, thank the defensive linemen. Kind of had an enduring season with injuries, all the way from sprained ankles, broken toes, broken thumb, hip labrum, ripped off fingernails, shoulder problems, and the list just keeps going on and on and on. But there's very little complaint. Guys understood their role. Next man up mentality. I think showed quite a bit with this group. The good thing is we got that kind of toughness coming back. There's not senior amongst them. So the award that's going to be given out today for the Joe Glendenni Defensive Lineman Award goes to Joe Snyder, a guy that over the last couple of weeks been dealing with a sprained ankle, but I don't think there was ever any quit or indecision by his part on whether or not he was going to try to play or not be able to play. I don't think there's a question about it. I think his toughness really showed through. And when he was healthy, just found a way. And if you guys focused on 63 at all, he just had a little knack of somehow finding a way to get the job done and get on the ball. And that's what we talked about a lot with our group. So we're looking for a lot of positive things going into next year with all these guys back. It's a competitive grind with this group. You can only play so many as a certain time. So we do rotate a bunch of guys, and we continue to do that. So the guys that want to get more snaps, I encourage you. Let's stay focused and we'll keep working at it. But very proud of Joe, and very excited to give him this award. Thank you.
I can tell you that I did have the privilege of playing with the guy whose records that he's shattered here in the last couple of years. And I tell you, both you guys are cut out of the same cloth. I think you got a chance to meet Scott a couple of weeks back. And, Scott was a guy that, fierce competitor, very humble in all the success that he had. And that describes Joe to a T. And, the thing with Scott, he didn't even know his records were even still intact, let alone going to be broken. And I suspect that when it comes time that these are going to be broken again, Joe will probably be the same way. I think he's more of a team guy and more about the wins and losses than anything else. And everything that you've ever heard about Joe on the field, off the field, is magnified tenfold. And he's going to be tremendously missed. And I thought yesterday, after the performance that he had yesterday, that he saved one of his best for last, and they secured the third league rushing title in a row, along with, I think it was a little bit poetic, that the 975th carry ended in a touchdown. So his last carry as a Charger ended up as the game sealer. Joe Glendenni.
outstanding defensive back. This young man has persevered through many obstacles to get back to being a player in a starter force. Started as a freshman, went to the playoffs, and continued to get better. He was hampered by an injury, struggled, and it was killing him. You could see it in his eyes. And finally got healthy enough to come back this year. And lo and behold, he had a hairline fracture in his foot showing up to camp. And had to sit out for about 10 or 12 days and got him ready for the first game. And when he's playing and he's on our field, we're a better defense. And but this year, he started the scoring off right against Notre Dame College with a return for a touchdown. I think it's been like 8-10 years since we've done that, Brad. Scored on defense and also on an interception, and then we had 2 more right after that. 9 years. So it was a great day, and Nick started that. But through the season, he came up with such big plays for us, like Saginaw, dislodging the ball from a kid who had the ball in the end zone. I can go on and on and on, and he's done a great job of persevering through the tough times, and I appreciate that. Nick Galvin from Adrian High School.
Stephen Embry is going to win the Linebacker Award. Before that, just want to address 2 things. One, it's very tough in the linebacker room because there's 3 guys who played virtually all the snaps for the last couple of years. And I want to talk to the other guys just for a second here, okay? We talk quite a bit about this. It never is about what they do. And that's life in general. It's never about that. It's always about what you do. And you just keep kicking that door in, and everything is going to be all right. You can never give up, ever give up, because it's only about what you do. You control your own fate. It's never about where you start in the race or where you are right now in the race. It's where you finish that race. And you want to finish strong. Make sure you do that. The other thing, I kept thinking about this, and I don't mean to slight anybody that's sitting up here or anybody that's out there right now, but there are 2 young men that I've really enjoyed watching over the course of years sitting up here, because you guys play the game absolutely the right way. Joe Glendenni, Cam White, even though you guys are offensive guys, unbelievable. You play the game the right way. So proud to be even involved with an organization that has kids like you in it. We talked a little bit about Steve Embry. Ultimately, as a defensive player, your job is to go get the ball back. That's what you got to do. And Steve's been able to take this year and force the ball to go other places. And then he still goes and chases it down. That's a testament to a great ability. Steve Embry is the outstanding linebacker.
I'm here to present the Leonard Urbanic Award for Scholarship, Leadership, and Ability. Anthony Missa is going to win the award. I had the pleasure of being his teammate for 3 years, and then we got put in a unique position that I was his coach for this last year. I was an honor to coach him. Not many people in the history of college football, or Hillsdale college football, can say they were the starting quarterback for 2 conference championship teams, which he was. He has a lot on his plate. He managed to carry a 3.3 GPA and a tough accounting major. Hopefully, if anybody knows anybody, we can get him a job here coming up soon. We ask a lot of our quarterbacks. He gets us into the right play. He does a great job leading our offense. And, the recipient of the Leonard Urbanic Award for Scholarship, Leadership, and Ability is Anthony Missa.
Final individual award is our Most Valuable Player Award. That's voted on by our football team. I had the privilege of coaching this kid for the last 4 years, and Coach Lindley's exactly right. Plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. There's a level of football intelligence that exists as the pro scouts come in and you talk to them. The understanding and the work ethic, and all of the accolades that are there are well-deserved because of phenomenal work ethic and great talent. Maybe the most impressive thing about this young man is how humble he is and how he would rather that someone else receive the credit and the recognition other than him, because he's just such a special young man, and I had the privilege of coaching this young man in my meeting room for 4 years. Our most valuable player, Joe Glendenni.
Thank you. I've been blessed to play with a lot of great players, a lot of great guys up here. Probably gotten more recognition than I deserve, so I just want to say a few names of guys that do deserve recognition. Tim Hornak, Nick Landry, DJ Loy, Pat Ryan, Mike Cashin, and Matt Van Opstal. You guys have done a great job all year, and it's been fun to play with you guys. Thanks.